Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be going through how to use OS Maps to either discover routes that are already saved on the app or to import routes from Strava. And this has been really handy for me with trail running. Also, if I've been going on a holiday and I just want to find some routes somewhere, it's just brilliant. It's so easy to use. And I've got all sorts of cool features as well. So as we go through today, I'll be showing you all these different things like how to find the different routes and how to use these things like the fly-throughs to be able to see the routes. So this is just one here that I put in for the Abraham's Tea Round in the Lake District. And what's awesome is that you can add these routes in and then you can view them in 3D. So you can see all of the hills or the mountains that you're going up or all of the lakes that you're going by. You can share it on social media and things. So it's just brilliant. It's like a little satnav for running, walking, or cycling. And it's just great. So you do need to use a bit of common sense because obviously nothing's going to be better than using a map and compass. Because if phone batteries die or technical glitches occur, then really it's going to be something like it can get you into a bit of trouble. So make sure you just use a bit of common sense, and a combination of the two usually works quite well. So you could use the GPS on your phone for the route and following it. And then you can also have your map and compass there to back you up, or you can do it the other way around. Sometimes it's really handy to use GPS to be able to find out where you are if you're using map and compass and you just need something to find out your position quickly. So as you can see, fly through is pretty cool, but we're going to get into it from the start so I can show you how to discover the routes and also how to import routes from Strava. So we'll escape out of that. So first of all, I'm going to take you to the OS Maps homepage to show you how to log in. So just type it into Google and just go to the top one here, Ordnance Survey. Right, so this is their homepage. Obviously, they've got lots of paper maps and other bits and bobs. We're going to go to the OS Maps app and we're going to go to find out more. So I can just show you a couple of the different options that they've got for subscriptions. So if we scroll down, they've got a free version and they've got a premium version. So at the moment, it looks like it's $23.99. I think I paid £30 a month, so it's a bit cheaper now. And if we go down a little bit, you can have a look at this in your own time, but it's the features that we want to see. So you can see here that we've got the free features and also the premium features. So both of them, you've got things like finding routes, planning routes, printing. Now I tried to print on the free version, and the map that I wanted to print, I couldn't do it. So I don't know what printing they offer on the free version, but for what I wanted to do, which was finding routes and then printing them out, I couldn't do it. And I just think for 30 quid a year, you can't go wrong really. And what I also like is that you can have the Land Ranger detail, which just offers you, a little bit more information on the maps. And also you can use them offline. So you can download the routes, which is great because most of the time, if you're trail running, then, you're going to be in areas with quite poor signal. So to be able to download them offline just makes things a lot better and less room for technical problems as well. So what you do, depending on what subscription you wanted, you might want to just start with, you might want to just start with the free version first, just see how you like it, and then sign up to the full one. But you just go on to subscribe now and put in your details there. So we're going to assume that we've subscribed and we're logged in, and then we'll go over to mine so I can show you how to discover some routes. So we go into the OS Maps again, and we're going to go into log in to OS Maps. And this is what it will bring you up. So the small red dot is going to be your current location from where you're logged in. So that's where I am, right in the middle near Derby. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more. So say if this morning I would like to go to the Peak District and go to Dovedale, that is the closest area for me to do some trail running. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit more so I can see that particular area. And what we're going to do first is we're going to look at how to discover other people's routes. So this is basically just like one big area for the website. Is just a big area for people to share different routes that they've done, which is brilliant. So here we've got Thorpe. You can see Thorpe Cloud here. And you've got, this is all the Dovedale with the River Dove running through it here. So it's a lovely area of the White Peak. I'm going to click onto the menu in the top left-hand side of the screen. And then here we've got our menu drop down. So I'm going to go on to routes to start off with. And the first one that we're going to do is discover routes, because this is our easiest option to begin with. So at the top here, you can see we've got some small icons. We've got walking, running, and cycling. Now, walking and running, they can be interchangeable because obviously you can run a lot of walking routes. So it's good to check them both. I'm just going to go on to the run ones just to make it easy. Next, I'm going to search on distance. You can also change it to duration if you want to. So say if you just want generally an hour's run, but I'm going to go on to distance. And I'm going to say that this morning I'd like to do anything up to 10K. So I'm going to remove this tick from the show only premium routes because it just tends to really limit it and sometimes nothing comes up. So I remove that, and then immediately you can see that all of these fantastic routes come up. So they're all color coded, and you've got green for leisurely, orange for moderate, and red for challenging. These have been rated by the people that have put them on. So one person's challenging might be another person's moderate, or, you know, so forth. So you have to kind of take them with a bit of a pinch of salt and just have a look at them in a bit more detail. And what's great about this is that as we scan down, you can see that we've got people's routes where they've done runs, and you can kind of see a little preview of all of them. But you've also got races in there. So we've got the Dovedale Dash that someone's done. We've also got Island Fell Race, which was a particularly tough one that I had to go at this year for the Champs races. And so not only can you do people's normal walking and running routes, but you've also got a place to look for race recces if you want to go and have a go, if you've signed up, or if you just want to have a go at a particular race. So I'll show you how to go in there. You can either click on the left-hand side to open up the route, or you can click on the little markers. If you can see these numbers, it means that on there you've got a number of different routes within the same proximity, the same start point. So we'll keep clicking on this 2 until it goes right down into it. So you can see here, I've just clicked on the green one to start off with. Now this is Island Fell Race. So let's just see what the other one is. Just click out of there. Also Island Fell Race. So 2 people have uploaded this. One person has said that it's leisurely, and the other person said that it's challenging. It's definitely not leisurely. I didn't find that it was anyway, so they probably just didn't change it to moderate or challenging. But what you can do now is we can see that it's about 6.64K. And if we go on to view the route, it comes up with our route. So the black tab is always ignore that. So the black tab is always your starting point, and then the red dot at the end is always your finish point, so you know which way to run round. A really handy thing here, if we go onto the elevation drop down on the left hand side, so you can see here all of our hills, and as you hover over the elevation, you can see the top of the hill, the first hill is there, and then you're coming back round, crossing over the river, and after the river you're going straight back up the next hill, and then follow it round, and then you're going up Thorpe Cloud just to finish you off, and then straight back down the other side. And then you can see, if you were doing this race, that you've got the home straight, you've got like about a couple of K to really sprint it out for the finish, so you'd have to save some energy there. So even if you can't go out and recce the route, it's really great to kind of see what sort of elevation you've got, especially for trail and fell races, because you don't know if there's going to be like a big hill at the end or a sprint finish, and it's just really handy. And what I'll do, I'll just show you down here as well. In the bottom right hand corner, you can change what the map looks like. So on these little pieces of paper that are stacked up, let me move myself out of the way. So we've either got, we're on standard at the moment. We can go on to aerial. So we can see it, and there you get a bit more idea of the terrain. You can zoom in a little bit, which is really handy. And if we also go to, you can have a look at all of these. The other really good one is the OS leisure maps, which is generally just more like a standard map that you'd have, and it gives you a lot more detail in relation to contours, footpaths, different labels, and you've also got your kilometre squares as well. So I really like this one for printing out. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see the routes again. Sorry, just going to move the screen over. Right, there we go. So got it in the middle of our screen now. We see our elevation, and also this is where you can do things like you can share the route. So you can share it on Facebook, you can email it to somebody. You can export the GPX. So if you just want to save the file to your computer, to be fair, if you've got like another software program that you use, that's how you could get it in there. I only use OS Maps. And you can also start the cool fly through that we were looking at earlier. So if we click on that, we can see the fly through for Island Fell Race. So we'll just have a watch. It takes a little while for the screen to upload. So you're going straight up the first hill, straight up the second, a decent drop down, following it round over the famous stepping stones, straight up massive hill on the second side, over the ridge, up Thorpe Cloud, drop down, and then if you've got any energy left, you've got the sprint finish to the end. And then you're back at the island centre again. So it's great. It's really good when you're showing ones in the Lake District and things like long distance ones, because it's just amazing to see all of the mountains. So it's a really great feature. So that's it basically. Now to save this, if you're liking the look of that particular route, I've already added this to my favourites, but if you were doing this from scratch, then it would just be blank, this little heart on the left-hand side. So you'd add it to your favourites there. It has now been added to our favourites list. Then if we cross out of there, go to favourite routes. I've got quite a few in here, so I'm just going to search for Ilam. And there it is. So I've got another one in there. I've got Ilam Dovedale Loop, which was a 17K that I did. And then I've got the Fell Race as well there. So I can just go back into those and get the routes. And then they're ready for me. So say if I was wanting to print, I would go on to view the route. I'm just going to put it back onto this standard format so that after the fly through, we're back onto a normal thing. So let's put it onto, I quite like this one because it's got lots of detail for me. I can see the hills. Okay, and then we're going to go to print. So up on the top right hand side. Now you can see here the little preview in the bottom left hand side. So I'm going to make this landscape just so that it fits with my route a little bit better. I'm going to move the screen so that it fits exactly in with my map. So you can zoom in and out as well if it's not fitting too well in the pages. And then what we're going to do is we're going to preview. So now this software is in my way to show the preview button. Hang on a second. Right, in the bottom left hand side, you can preview. Oh, that's annoying. Right, it won't let me do it basically because my software is in the way. But anyway, so you go on to preview and then you would go on to print, and then it would print this A4 piece here in colour. And also if you've selected this route card, then it would also show you the elevation, which is really handy to have as well. So it's brilliant. You could not get easier. So that is the first thing done. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is how to take routes off Strava and add them into here. So it could be if you've seen somebody's done a particularly nice route that you're following, or it could be that maybe you've gone out one day with friends and you've done a route and you'd really like to do it again, but you're not going to be able to remember it. So you want to import it into your OS map so that you can follow it when you're out another day. So here we go. We're going to go to Strava. So I've got mine loaded up here already. I'm going to go to my activities. Now, if it's somebody else's activity, then obviously you'd click onto their activity. But I'm just going to go onto mine now. And I'm going to find one here. So here's some of the things that I've been doing. Now, this one was really nice. This Shalito Woods Loop. This was close to Hathersage, up in the Dark Peak. And it was a friend that put this route together, and it was so nice. It was about 21.5k. So it's fairly long. There was loads of little back paths and things. I hadn't been there before, so there's no way that I'd be able to find my way around again. But I would like to go again. So I'll show you the loop. So here it is. It's very nice. We're starting over in the East Peak District, ran round, went past Kerber Edge, which is awesome, up Froggatt Edge, and then all the way around here, and then back round to the car park. Had a good few hills in it, fairly up and down. Took it nice and easy though, so there we go. So what you need to do to go onto this is you need to download this as a GPX file. And where you'd find your little GPX option is just here on the top of the map. So all you need to do is simply click on download GPX. And you can see here that it's downloaded it for me already. We'll just have a quick check that it's in my folder. So it's in my downloads. You can copy and paste it to a separate run folder if you like. I've got like a Garmin folder with a few different ones in. So we know that it's in there. That's really simple. And now we're going to go back onto our OS maps. And we're going to go back. So we're onto our menu here. We're going to go to our routes. We're going to go to our menu, we're going to go to our routes, and we're going to go into import GPX for this one. So import GPX, choose file, and you can see it comes up with our downloads, or you would select where your folder is found if you've got a separate folder. So I'm going to open that into there. It's loading. Now, you can make it private if you want to. I mean, I don't bother because it's quite nice to be able to share these and other people to find them. Import route. And then on the left-hand side here, you can see success. So it's done it now, and it really is that simple. It's just brilliant. So we'll cross that. And now, instead of looking at favourite routes where we looked before, when we were taking them from the OS maps and we were saying that Ireland was our favourite route, we're actually going to go into my routes instead because we've saved this one. So go into my routes. So these are all the ones that I've put in. Because I've got quite a few, I'm just going to type in the start of the name there. And there it is. So I've already had that in there, so it's just showing up twice. But you can click on that now. And we'll go on to view route. And there it is, which is really nice. So I'm just going to change the view here so that it doesn't look too busy so that we can see it. So there it is. You can see that we're starting from here, going all the way around. Let's just see which way around we're going. So we're going anti-clockwise there because you can see you've got your black route there, and we're finishing at the red. So let's go on to our elevation. So we can see where all of our hills are. Oh, sorry. Look, it's the wrong way around. So you're starting from the red. If you scroll over this, you can actually see straight away. So it makes it very clear. And then the black dot is your endpoint. Okay, so we've got our elevation there. We can also do a fly through if we want to. We can share it with people. We can even rate it if we want to, which is really nice as well. And so if I wanted to print this, again, I would just go on to print up here. And then with this one, I would probably go on to Let's just double check this. So I want it on portrait. There we go. Sometimes it's a bit glitchy, but you can soon mess around with it to get it right. Get it right into the center. So basically that's what it's going to look like. Hit print, and there's your map for the day. So that's it really. It's very simple. If you're wanting to find them on OS Maps, or if you're wanting to take them from Strava, Strava stalk some people and put them in there and find some great routes. And then if you download the OS Maps app onto your phone, onto your Android or your iPhone, then you can go on there, and I'll show you mine very quickly. Now I will do a separate video for this so you can see, but once you've got your screen, there's no way that you can see that. So I'll do a separate video for that, but once you've got it onto your phone, then all of the data will be transferred across. So you can just click on the route that you want to follow when you're out and about. Always better to download the route so it's available offline before you leave home, and then you've just got it. So when you arrive at the destination to run or to walk, then you can just click follow route and it will just get you set off straight away. So that's it. Have a go. See if you enjoy it. Let me know if you've got any questions, add it into the comments below, or give me a like if you've liked the video. And thanks very much.